So welcome to my top 10 best anime of 2014 list. These are the anime that I've seen that I felt just were the best, or they just brought something to the table that was a little bit different, and ultimately they had some really good aspects to them that definitely I felt really needed to be mentioned. Now, there's two anime in particular that I've heard amazing things about that I haven't gotten around to finishing yet. So for all intents and purposes, if I've seen them, they might be on here, and that's Zankyou no Terra, aka Terra of Resonance. I haven't finished that one. And Aldnoah Zero. I haven't finished that one yet. And I know it has a second core coming up, so maybe it might make it into 2015. But definitely I'll have series reviews for those two at some given point. So just a disclaimer. Now with all that being said, let's jump into it. Coming in at number 10 is Sailor Moon Crystal, a remake or a reboot of Sailor Moon based on the manga, a more strict adaptation, and a more purdy looking one. To be honest with you, as far as just being a fan of Sailor Moon since I was little, when I was, younger, seeing it alongside Dragon Ball Z or whatever, just to see them redo it. It looks beautiful. The animation is alright. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Toei, so they have their limits of how far they can go with it, but the art looks absolutely gorgeous, and to just see a more stricter and faithful adaptation of the material is pretty fucking cool. And the way they're doing it, even though it's like kind of, bi-weekly, every 2 to 3 weeks or whatever, they give us a new episode. I think it's 2 episodes a month. Ultimately, what they've been doing with it just makes it a lot better. We'll always love the original Sailor Moon, but for what they're doing with Sailor Moon Crystal, I definitely feel as though it's a huge improvement. In all honesty, bringing Sailor Moon back is just awesome. Coming in at number 9, a lot of people are gonna agree and a lot of people are gonna disagree. Akame Ga Kill. Whether you loved it or you hate it, you cannot deny that anime took infamy for 2014. It definitely did. I honestly felt, at the very least, you cannot shit on a series if most people loved it up until episode 18. 1 through 18, they absolutely adored it. They thought it was amazing. Great, faithful adaptation. What they've done is just absolutely brilliant. Then after that, a lot of people started to hate it and they got on that bandwagon. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Different from the manga, doesn't equal bad all the time. It doesn't. And for what they did for the anime only ending, I was fine with it. I thought it was pretty brutal, to say the least, but I get what they were doing with it. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't feel right with myself if I kept this off this list just because, people did, had a problem with it. Because personally, while I had many problems with it, ultimately I still felt like it was a very enjoyable ride, and it was still a good anime for what it was worth. Was it a good adaptation towards the end? No. Was it a good anime? Yes, I still feel it was, and it deserved to be on the top 10 anime because, come on, in 2014, everyone was talking about Akame Ga Kill, whether bad or good, and that's not necessarily the reason to put it on here, but I think it deserves it. Coming in at number 8 is Ao Hao Ride, aka Blue Spring Ride. Such a beautiful romance. I've been waiting to find a romance shoujo anime to get into. I'm a huge fan of some shoujo. I love Kodomo no Mocha, aka Kodacha. Give me some fruits basket. So when I heard about this one, I was like, let me check it out, because initially I had went to the series Nisekoi for that, but since it's a shonen, it kind of doesn't really give me what I'm looking for, like some real romance in it. Blue Spring Ride, it had a little bit of tragedy to it, some romance, some of that, kind of makes you feel like you're in high school all over again type of feeling. The art looked absolutely beautiful, something a little bit different, the way they did it with the direction, and ultimately I felt like it was just a really good shoujo anime, something I've been missing, something I've been wanting to see for a while, and I'm so glad I got it. So if you're looking for a shoujo anime romance, I think you really should check this one out. Coming in at number 7 is Volleyball, aka Haikyuu. This is, in a weird way, I feel like the spiritual successor to Kuroko no Basket. Like right after Kuroko ended, a lot of people started getting on Haikyuu. Now, initially, funny enough, I got into Haikyuu before I even got into Kuroko. I watched Haikyuu, the first half of it, before I even checked out Kuroko, and I was like, if I like Haikyuu, I could like Kuroko. And Haikyuu is just really enjoyable and just a relaxing and really fun ride. And to be honest with you, you might think volleyball. No, it is really interesting. The main character kind of is that stereotypical, I'm gonna be the best even though I'm small in stature. I'm gonna make it, the underdog that you appreciate because you want to see him win. And one of the other main characters is kind of like a mixture between like a Levi type of character. He has his own personal troubles, and it's just really fun to see them go on their journey. It's not with superpowers or anything, so if you're expecting like some Kuroko Kamehameha on the volleyball, that shit ain't happening, but it's just a really fun and enjoyable ride with Haikyuu. Like honestly, Haikyuu is very relaxing and chill to watch, and just learn a little bit about volleyball, but the characters is what really drives it, and that's the best thing. It just, I almost like every character on the team, and that's something that, like, I guess with Kuroko no Basket, while I like a lot of the characters, I don't like everybody. and with Haikyuu, I almost like every character. And they're both produced by the same studio, so hey. Coming in at number 6 is Sword Art Online 2. If you got these preconceived notions regarding SAO based on SAO 1, throw them out the window, because SAO 2, they went more faithful to the light novels from what I hear, and I mean from what it showed, it was really good. Like, the first half of it was absolutely the best stuff in SAO, period. SAO 1 or 2, the first half of it with Gun Gale Online, just seeing the struggles of Kirito and this new character Shinon, it was amazing. I loved it. Art and animation throughout the entirety of SAO 2 was gorgeous, and just what they did with this series is like, holy shit, they did something more faithful, and they just shitted on their own previous work by having a better adaptation. Now, from the second half on, it definitely wasn't as intense or as just breathtaking as the first half. It kind of went into a mini game, didn't really care for the mini game, and then the last arc was just really a tearjerker. But for what it's worth, SAO 2 definitely came and said, fuck SAO 1, we're doing it right this time, and I feel they succeeded for the most part. Number 5, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders came, and it posed manly as fuck. Seeing Dio Brando's return, everything about it. I mean, I really don't ever feel like I have to explain JoJo. Is like, go watch JoJo. His adventure is bizarre, but it's fucking awesome. Just seeing a new adaptation, scratch the OVAs, you could throw them out the window. Seeing Jotaro Kujo and Joseph more in character now than he ever was in those old OVAs, and it's JoJo, bro. Go watch it. Dio Brando. You thought it was JoJo, but it was okay. No, that. Let me stop the joke. Coming in at number 4 is an anime that came and took over while SAO and Log Horizon and all these other series were kind of out of commission. And I'm talking about No Game, No Life. No Game, No Life. It is just such a beautiful looking series. It's such a fun and enjoyable ride. It kind of parodied a couple different things. I think one of the things that really got me to check it out was like the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure parodies that they did and things like that, and just the fun nature of the two main characters, Sora and Shiro. Is like the trolling that they do, these two characters, is like just seeing everything about it, and it's like, it kind of reminds you a little bit if you're like a really hardcore gamer in anime, or, you know, you call yourself a otaku. They just love it. They're on their games 24/7, and then they get sucked into this whole other world, and they use what they've learned from gaming in this world, and it pays off a lot of the time. And to be honest with you, I definitely felt as though it was just a step up for the genre of like, you know, oh, that feeling of like, oh, you're sucked into a game, and while they're not necessarily sucked into a game, it just took that concept and did something different and unique, and it was just really a fun and awesome ride. Now, coming in at number 3, if this was just on favoritism alone, I'm pretty sure this would have been number 1. Tokyo Ghoul. It was a great ride. People can shit on it all they want as far as comparing it to the manga, but Tokyo Ghoul came, saw, and just, to put it into perspective, the numbers don't lie. I mean, from 1 million to 7 million, it speaks volumes about what this anime did. Just, I think the best thing about it is these characters, while they're going through these crazy things that you can't relate to, I think the emotions that they're going through you can relate to in a way, kind of struggling with things that you have in life that you don't necessarily want to do, but you ultimately have to do, and just the world that they're in, this Tokyo Ghoul-driven society and everything. Like, it was just an amazing ride, and it kind of got a lot of people as well into a new type of, you know, feel with seinen, because mostly everybody is always into shonen, but Tokyo Ghoul definitely started getting people into seinen, so that was something as well. And just the art looked beautiful, the animation was good, and overall Tokyo Ghoul was just something that I think it took things to the next level as far as anime and manga in 2014. Coming in at number 2, Parasyte. It was a toss-up between number 1 and 2 for this one. Parasyte, I want to tie it with number 1, and I think it should, but for all intents and purposes, to have a more legit list or whatever, I put it at number 2 because the characterization, the development, the constant thematic structure of dealing with what, you know, your humanity, is it really still intact? Everything about Shinichi and Migi, Parasyte deserves, like, easily, like, Madhouse yet again came, they saw, and they conquered, because Parasyte has just been an amazing ride. I really wish I would have checked out the manga a hell of a lot sooner, because it's based on a manga that's like from the 90s. It's apparently a horror manga. I mean, I guess it has horror elements to it, because some of the shit that they have in there is fucked up, but it's just really deep, to be honest with you. I think that's one of the best things about it, is that it's really deep, and it kind of makes you question your actions as a human. And just overall, the development between these two characters has just been an amazing ride. And then coming in at number 1, I had to do it because it definitely came, and it was something else. And I'm talking about Fate Stay Night Unlimited Budget Work. I mean, Unlimited Blade Works. For starters, when it comes to art and animation, I don't think any studio can touch Studio Ufotable. Studio Ufotable knows how to make next level stuff. The fight sequences are the best you will probably see in anything, in anything. And then it just pulls from such a rich source material from the visual novels that has all this information and everything it could pull from. So it just makes, you know, amazing characters, amazing struggles, amazing development, the powers, the fight sequences, the deeper meanings, the deeper undertones of just life in general. And to be honest with you, Fate Stay Night is one of the best, not only in 2014, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just one of those top 20 top anime of all time, because Fate Zero was absolutely amazing, one of the best anime out there, and Fate Stay Night is certainly proving that with already only 12 episodes. I can't wait for Core 2, and it definitely deserved it. Parasyte and Fate easily deserved those spots. So let me know what you guys think. What were your top 10 anime of 2014? Again, if I left something out, it's only because I never finished it or I didn't watch it, or maybe legitimately, you know, I actually didn't think that it deserved it. But in particular for the two anime I mentioned in the beginning, Zankyou and Aldnoah, I just didn't finish them. And your overall thoughts on my list? Did anything need to be higher, lower? What did you think? You know, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be awesome. I'm Fineb World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.